Today's video is going to be answering questions I've been avoiding or questions that I haven't really talked about yet. Did you get your lips done? I can't even lie. Your biggest insecurity. What do you think the perfect time for the JD baby is? Okay, this is actually a really good question because Josh and I have been actually seriously talking about like having a baby soon. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be answering questions I've been avoiding or questions that I haven't really talked about yet and you guys want to know. I did this video maybe like 2-3 months ago and you guys really seemed to like it, so I thought it'd be fun to do again, and I have new questions that need to be answered, and I love these videos. They're so fun. So with all that being said, I do have a giveaway announcement which I'm really excited about. So the winner of the JD Beauty and Makeup giveaway is Deborah Olson, so congrats to you. And then the JD Fit water bottle is Ellie Luth. So I'm going to be reaching out to both of you guys, and congrats on winning that. If you guys want to enter more giveaways or be entered for more giveaways, just make sure you guys are following me on all platforms. On here, on Josh X Katie Fit, on JD Vlogs, and those are the YouTube channels. And then make sure you guys follow me at Katie Bruckner, and then on TikTok, Josh X Katie. So that way you guys don't miss out on any opportunities, because especially on Josh X Katie Fit, we've been doing a ton of giveaways. We've just been trying to give back to you guys, and it's been a really fun way. So with all that being said, let's get into the questions that I've been avoiding. We'll start off with a good one, you know? Let's get comfy and let's start off good. So a question that I've been getting so much is, did you get your lips done? Do they look like I got them done? Honestly, they kind of look like I got them done. I can't even lie. They look like I got them done. On my life, I did not get them done. And my sister Biz, like, she was here like 2-3 months ago, and she was like, you got your lips done? And she's like, you're lying to me. I was like, I'm not lying to you. Like, that's not something I would lie about. I was like, I got a nose job, put that all over social media. I would never hide getting my lips done, and I don't really think it's a big deal if you did want to get your lips done or you got your lips done. So I would just be like, yeah, I got my lips done. I didn't get them done. But I will say, when I got my nose job, or right before, the surgeon was like, we're gonna like pull your nose up a little bit and it's gonna make your upper lip look bigger. So I was like, okay, but I didn't notice that happening until like a couple months, honestly, no, like a year later. Like, I feel like just recently, the past like 4 months, my lips look different now, and they do look bigger. Like, and I still do have small lips. Like, I'll smile and they'll like go away. But like when they're like resting, I don't know. It, like, to me, even Josh was like, they do look bigger. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I feel guilty. I feel like I got them done, but I didn't, because they do look different. I didn't get them done. But anyway, that's the answer. I didn't get them done. I would tell you guys if I did get them done. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting your lips done, but I did not get them done, and I've just been using like gloss, lip plumper, maybe outlining. Maybe I've been doing my lips differently. But even like with no product, they still look different. I don't know. Something's not adding up here, but I'm telling the truth. But I'm also very confused, because I'm like, how did did they give me the injections while I was under for surgery? No, I'm just kidding. But like, I really am just like, they do look bigger. So that's the answer to that question. I didn't, but I kind of feel like I did, even though I didn't. Next question. Why don't you change your last name on this channel to Katie Bruckner? Okay, this is actually really funny. There's actually a really good reason behind it, and that's because I'm lazy. That's the really good reason. No, okay, so I actually tried changing my name on this channel just to Katie B, because I didn't want to just be Katie Bruckner on this channel. I mean, it could be Katie Bruckner, but I wanted to keep it like kind of like my old name too, like just Katie B. So I was gonna change it to that, and I tried, and like it wasn't working, and I just really didn't like sit on it and like try and change it for that long. I just kind of like gave up really quick. So I will change it. I just need to like stop being lazy and just do it. There's literally no reason. It's not like I'm like, oh, I want to keep this Katie Betzing forever, but I would like to change it to Katie B. I'm just lazy. That's the reason for that. How do you stay so fit and not get tempted by food? I thought this was such a good question, just because it's like, how do you not get tempted by food? And the answer is, I do get tempted by food, but it's not tempted because I eat good food. Like, I eat healthy, but I also eat junk food, and I have a very good balance of like knowing when to stop. I just don't overeat. So for me personally, I felt like when I was restricting myself from like all this like no carbs, no sugar, no this, then when I'd see sugar, I felt like so tempted, and I felt like wild. Like, I literally was like, I need to have all the sugar, all the candy, and then I'd like overeat, and I'd basically like binge eat. So it was like a really bad cycle. And so honestly, the thing that I learned is like, just to try and eat really healthy meals. And like, if you want dessert, you can have a dessert, but maybe like go for like healthier dessert options. Like, you can't get ice cream every single night. You can't eat cake every single night, but maybe like one night you have a little bowl of Skinny Pop, or one night you have like a Halo top ice cream bar, like healthy alternatives. So that way it still feels like you're having like that dessert, but it's not like always having like a nice piece of like cake or ice cream or pie. It's just making small healthy choices, because in the reality is like you can't diet forever. Like diets don't work. It has to be a lifestyle. So it's like you have to do it every single day to keep the weight you want or maintain. But honestly, once I started focusing less on food and more about like working out and like just how I feel after I work out, how I feel so accomplished and good, my body changed so much. Like no joke, when I met Josh, I was so crazy about like, I can only eat this many calories, I need to try this diet, I need to do this. And then I started dating Josh, and I started just eating what he was eating and then working out with him. And I actually got so much more fit. Like I was eating now more calories. I wasn't obsessing over food, and I was just doing like really good workouts that made me feel like good about myself. And I just like my mindset on it changed so much, and it just helped me, because like now I never feel like, oh, I'm dieting or I can't eat that, or like I eat Chipotle almost every single day. And I also will have dessert. Like I don't stop myself from having dessert, but I make small healthy choices. Like I try not to drink my calories in like pop or soda. I try not to have a big breakfast, and not saying have a big breakfast, but don't have like cereal, or like I just try and stay really healthy like in the morning and at lunch. And by I mean healthy, I mean like eating Chipotle. Like it's not like that healthy. It's just like not eating like pizza or like things that like make me feel bloated, and also paying attention to like what food makes you feel a certain way. So that's my advice for that. I just don't want you guys to get the impression that like to be fit or to be in shape that you have to like count your macros, eat certain diets, like be so crazy about your diet, because like that's no way to live. That's literally no way to live. I'd rather just like enjoy food, enjoy my life, than look a certain way. But I do think that there's a way that you can do both, because there is nothing better than like when you put on clothes and you just feel confident. And that's what it's all about. It's not about other people's opinions. It's about how confident you feel when you go and you put on your clothes. And like confidence is everything. So if you can work on your confidence over even working on diet, exercises, you will be so much happier. And just knowing that like you're made from God in your way. So like he loves you no matter what, and you look amazing. So, and the reality is most people are so focused on how they look, they're not even judging other people's. So that's something to keep in mind. But I love you guys. I hope you guys all stay really confident, and just like I hope that helps. Like I don't know, I definitely don't not eat bad food. Okay, so the next question is, what do you think the perfect time for the JD baby is? And then someone says, when do you think you're gonna get Prego? Okay, this is actually a really good question, because Josh and I have been actually seriously talking about like having a baby soon. I can't just say, oh, I'm gonna get pregnant tomorrow. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how long that'll take. I don't know what will happen. So like we haven't tried yet, but like we're starting to talk about thinking about trying, which is really exciting. But I don't know. I truly believe that everything's in God's timing. Like it's something that I've been praying about, and it's something that I'm just like, it's out of my control. I can't just be like, oh, I want to be pregnant on this day, I'm going to be pregnant on that day. It doesn't work like that. So I'd say it's all in God's timing, and I think it'll be really cool. We were just hanging out with our friend's baby, Remy, and it's cutest baby in the world, and it was literally giving me baby fever. And I think it'll just be so fun one day when we do have kids on this channel, and like it's a family channel, and Josh is like, he'll be the most amazing dad. Like I'm just very excited for it, but like I can't say when it's gonna be, because it's not in my control. It's in God's control. So that's my answer to that question, but I am very excited for that one day. What's one thing that you want your subscribers to take away from yours and Josh's relationship? I think that question is so good, because something that I really want you guys to take away is don't take like crap from guys. Like don't settle for anything but how Joshua B treats me, because he is genuinely the most amazing husband in the world. He is so sweet. Like the way he treats me, the way he acts, like his kindness, his compassion, the way he treats other people, he's always thinking of other people. And the thing is, it's like you shouldn't settle for anything less. And when I was in high school, like I dated my ex, and like no hate on him, like he's probably a different person than he was then, but like just of like that relationship to this relationship, it's like I thought that was like good, and then I met Josh and I was like, well, I thought it was good, but I knew it was terrible. It was a really bad relationship, a very toxic relationship. But like in the time I was like, oh, like it'll all work out, like this will be right. And then after seeing Josh, I was like, how did I ever think that any of that behavior was okay? Like how did that ever cross my mind? So one thing I want you guys to take away is like a good example of like how you should treat each other, and just how like you always put each other first, and just to like have fun with your partner, because that's what life's all about, is just having fun and just enjoying time with them. Like life's too short to not spend the rest of your life with your best friend. So that's what I hope you guys take from it. Okay, next one. Do you believe in God and biggest way God has impacted your life? I 100% believe in God and Jesus. Well, same. But I believe in him so much, and it's just been something that's luckily my parents like raised me in a church, and then it always comes a time where it's like, okay, like this is what my parents want me to believe, but what do I want to believe? And then I think when I was like maybe like 18, 19, I really I was trying to figure out, I'm like, what do I believe? Like, I'm not just gonna like believe what my parents have like told me because that's their belief. And then I was like, I wasn't like pushing away from the church, but I was just trying to figure out, and I was like, no, this is definitely something I believe in. Like, it's so hard for me to wrap my brain around the fact that like, to me, and anyone can believe what they want, it just, to me, I can't wrap my brain around the fact that like we were here on like a Big Bang Theory, or that like there's just so many things in life where I'm like, that is so beautiful. It's like, it has to go above my imagination. Like, God had to create the mountains, God had to create us. Like, the fact that like our bodies can carry babies and feed them, and like you can give birth to a baby and it feeds the nutrients off your body. Like, there's just so many things where I'm just like, it has to go bigger than like something like a Big Bang Theory. And I've also experienced so many things in my life with God, and like the way God's impacted my life. So many of my prayers have just been answered, and I don't think that's a coincidence. And I literally could cry right now. Like, I sometimes when I talk about God, I just feel like the presence of him. I feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, and it's just something that I'm very passionate about. I'm not perfect. Like, I actually posted a devotional the other day, and someone was like, you think you're Christian? Like, you had sex before marriage, like you swore, like you're not a Christian. It's like, that's not what being a Christian is. Like, no one's perfect, and if you think you're perfect, then you're definitely wrong, because we're all sinners, and that's reality. And God loves every single person. He loves everyone. Every person is his child. And it's like, just the fact that like you can feel so loved is such a cool feeling. And I just think it's something that I'll always take with me and I'll always believe in. It does make me want to be a better person. Like, believing in God is supposed to make you want to do things that aren't sinning and like doing bad things. But like, in reality, people are gonna make mistakes. I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna be perfect. Like, I'm not a perfect person, but like I try my best, and that's something I'm gonna do every single day. So I do believe in God, and he's impacted my life in so many ways by literally answering my prayers about my future husband. Has been more than I ever expected. My life has been just such a great blessing, and I can't take that away. And I know that is all from God. And I actually, there's one thing that I think is so cool. It's like, you can't focus on all the material things, because everything in this earth, I think I learned this from a church service. It was like, everything on earth is borrowed. Everything. Like, okay, Josh and I have a cool car, a McLaren, right? It doesn't matter when we die, we don't keep the McLaren. It's all borrowed. Everything is borrowed in our life. So it's like, to not focus on those like material things, because it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is like your relationships, how you treat other people, like how you make people feel, I feel like is always like the most important thing. I feel like I'm really talking a lot in this video, but I don't know. You guys got me like gassed up. I'm like, okay, let's talk about this. Like, just certain things that I'm really passionate about. I could have a conversation with someone about like Christianity and my religion for a very long time, just because it's something I really like talking about. How do you fix a toxic relationship without ending it? That's a really hard one, because I feel like if it's toxic, it should probably end, or maybe take a little step back. I think it's good to know when a relationship is being toxic, a friendship, a relationship, and just kind of like take a step back and look at like their true intentions and see if like they're genuinely a good person, or if you want them to be around in your life. It doesn't mean you have to have a falling out or hate each other, but like, I do think that maybe if they are toxic or they're treating you bad, maybe it's time to take a step back. Okay, next question. If you don't have a lot of money, what are some ways to eat clean? I actually think this is really funny, because I think people like sometimes think that like if you eat healthy, you have to like go like balls to the wall and like go eat like so clean, like just lettuce and all this stuff. But honestly, like I don't really buy like a whole bunch of expensive produce. So like, you still can eat healthy. You just have to make healthier choices. Like, just try not to eat as much bad food. Even when you go out to eat, like there's just alternatives you can make to food to make it healthier. And like a cheap way is like rice and protein is like pretty cheap. If you literally just eat rice, vegetables, and protein, that's a pretty cheap way to do it. That's what I like to eat too. Okay, last one, your biggest insecurity. Okay, so my biggest insecurity. It used to be my nose, but I got a nose job, and so I'm not insecure about that anymore, which is like amazing. And I literally was so scared to get my nose job, because I was like, what if like, I was like, people are gonna think I'm fake, like this and that. But like, I don't even care. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I love my nose. I feel so confident in myself that it's such a good feeling that I don't even care. Like, I'm not insecure about it now, obviously, because it's fixed, and I'm so happy about that. My biggest insecurity would probably be, okay, this actually happened the other day, is now like second guessing people's intentions of like why they want to be friends with us. And it's not because I'm like, oh, we're like YouTubers, like they want this and that. It's just like, sometimes I feel like people do get a little bit like excited by like our lifestyle, or like kind of like, not like, oh, because we're famous, but like people think that like, sometimes people even think if you have like 10,000 followers, you're famous these days. days. And like sometimes I think from the past, now I'm like insecure about like people like using me for like the wrong intentions, just because I feel like that's happened. And now I'm like, I just like second guess like so many friendships, which sucks, and like relationships with people. I'm just like, are they friends with me because of this? Or like, do they really care about me? And then I'm like, am I like pushing someone away because I'm like scared about that? Yeah, I guess that'd be my insecurity. It's just like if someone is doing nice things for us just because we're like JD vlogs. But to me, I'm like, what's JD vlogs? We're just like normal. We're like the most like average, weird people in the world. And like, I don't know, even like our friend like had a boxing event and all of our friends were invited, but like they were like, oh, but they said you and Josh can come. And they're like, oh, they just like, because you guys are YouTubers. I'm like, that's like such not a good feeling. Like, yeah, it's cool because we were able to go, but it's like, oh, if our friends can't go because they're just like normal people, like I'm so not okay with that. And I don't ever like being put on like the pedestal of like being a YouTuber or like being different, because it's not like we're even that big on YouTube or big on social media, but like some people look at it that way. And I feel like that's sometimes a little insecurity. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong. I would never change like my job or anything. I just don't like being looked at differently because of that. So I'd say that's it. But anyway, this video is getting really long. I feel like this is a really good video. We just like opened up and talked a lot. If you guys want more videos like this, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up and also click the subscribe button. And I do want to do more giveaways, so make sure you guys subscribe so you guys are entered for all that. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.